This is a part 2 to me ranking all of the companions in Fallout 4. At number 7, we have MacCready. I really like the fact that we can find him in another Fallout game as a little kid, so we get to see him as a fully grown adult and have him as a companion in this game. However, outside of that, he's not a super deep character, but that's okay. Super easy to get him. He's just a mercenary. You just pay him and he joins your squad. It is also pretty beneficial to have around, especially if you're playing as an immoral character. If you're going to be stealing a lot, he won't have a problem with it. At number 6, we have Deacon. Easily one of the most likable characters in the game, and I love the fact that we don't really know who he is. If you have him as a companion, he will tell you a bunch of stories. However, if you listen closely, all of his stories will contradict with one another. So despite how close you get with this character, you have no idea who he is. At number 5, we have Nick Valentine. Nick is here solely because of his personality. He's not super beneficial to have around. Like, having him be able to hack computers, it saves a little bit of time, but it's not super hard. However, he's a really likable character to have around. He always has something to say. He always has something to add to the conversation. And he's also very important for the main storyline as well. I know some of you are going to be mad at me not putting Curie at the top of this list, but she's at number 4. Now, I'm counting both her synth and her robot counterpart. She's a really charming and really useful character to have around. I don't like her personality as much as everyone else. However, she is a really great moral compass as a character. Okay, I know it's weird for me to put Paladin Danse this high at number 3, but hear me out. In my first playthrough, I spent a lot of time with this guy because he was super useful to have around. He's one of the most powerful characters that you can have as a companion. He also has one of the best companion perks. So I was trying to keep him around to get that companion perk, but it seems like his is one of the hardest to get, especially since I was playing more towards the railroad in my first playthrough and I ended up betraying the Brotherhood of Steel so early on. He's actually one of the few companions I ended up having to kill. Despite his sometimes too harsh personality, I do think he does grow on you because you start to see his heart. At number 2, we have Piper. She is easily my favorite character from the game. She has the most personality and she's so likable to have around. She is not super beneficial to have around from a gameplay aspect, but she makes you feel like you're not alone in the wasteland. For me, a no-brainer. At number 1, we have the first companion that you get in most playthroughs, Dogmeat. He's not a super powerful companion to have, however, he is great at distracting enemies. Along with that, who wouldn't want to run around an irradiated world with a German Shepherd? Let me know who your favorite companion is in the comments.